finishing up the RP-190, the adjustment, and remounting that the tone arm now. I want to quick show you this. There's another method of when you break the back clip off. I take a drill and just drill a small hole, 1/8 inch or so, right in the middle of that brace, and then feed the wire through that hole. And then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to melt the cross brace or anything. Anyway, all right, let's put the arm back on. I'm going to feed the wires down into the little slot here. And the first thing you're going to do is the turntable height knob, the big, I'll show you in a second, as soon as I get this thing out of my way, working one-handed again. What I do is put this thing on here like this, and just don't pay any attention to adjustment. Just take your 1/4 inch nut driver and semi-tighten the screw here. Don't tighten it tight. Snug it down. Just get it sort of tight, because you're going to want to adjust it now. Okay, put it in the reject mode, like that, and then with the arm still in the cycle. Whoops, what did I just do? Oh, I just trapped the wire. That's good. I couldn't do that again if I tried. When I fed the wire down and it went into the channel for the slider. Anyway, let's try it again. There we go. As I say, this is live TV, folks. Now, when it gets to the right before it drops, what you want to do is take your finger or your thumb and guide the arm over to where it's going to drop, right in the first groove of the record, right before it rather, and try it. See where it comes down. That looks pretty good right there. And when you get it at that point, then carefully, without moving the arm side to side, lift the arm up and then tighten that nut, that 1/4 inch nut, more so that it can't move away. When you do that, you're going to find that the trip out is probably going to be all set just the way it is. And there it is. And then it's ready to go, drop right where it's supposed to drop. And it's ready at the end of the record. This one a little faster than it normally goes. Okay. Okay, so we're all set with that. Now, we're going to look at the underneath of this. There are 4 adjustments underneath this changer. Most of them you don't ever have to worry about. Over here, this is the height of the arm during the change cycle. You want to adjust this with put the arm at the end of the record, and then as soon as when it rejects, make sure it's adjusted, turned clockwise, so it lifts it high enough to where it gets you the most possible plays. The stack can be like 12 to 14 records, but that it doesn't scrape the bottom of the record. That's the height during the change. This little adjustment here is your trip adjustment. If the set down is good, but when it gets to the end of the record, you find you have to move it a little farther into the record, and it won't trip, it just sits at the end of the groove, you want to turn this so that this little finger goes closer in to hit the tab on the cam wheel. If it trips too soon, you turn this screw the opposite way to bring this out that way. That's your trip adjustment. This is the set down adjustment. This is the index, but we do that from the top with a 1/4 inch nut because it's so much easier to do it that way, but you can also adjust it this way. This last adjustment is over on the other side of the slider, and this is an eccentric cam on the other side of this screw that looks kind of oval shaped, and what it does is it makes this little blade go in and out. It's in the middle is the right spot. This is what engages the teeth on the change mechanism wheel. If this is in too far, it may double drop a record. It'll drop the first record, then immediately drop another record on top of the turntable. If it does that, you back this so that it walks outwards just a little bit. Usually you don't ever have to adjust that, but that's what it is in case you ever do have to adjust it. As far as feeding the wires into the clip, you're going to find that it's difficult to use this clip back here because by the time you get the new cartridge in, you shorten the wire just a little bit. It's okay just to feed it in to here. You can see through the slider. Feed it down through here and grab it with your 2 fingers here pull it down and go under this other one clip. Just make sure that it's not too tight, otherwise it'll hold back the travel of the arm. And then just keep it tight, just tight enough to where it can be put under this clip, and then you can squeeze this clip down to keep the wire in place, and then attach it to your muting switch or the terminal board, whatever you happen to have in there. And that covers the adjustments on this.